a few days ago on Facebook, but that there's been this trend, at least on my news feed, and I'm just seeing this coming through, that people are really getting called into action right now, like with Standing Rock and with the election that happened, that what I've been witnessing is really amazing people sort of choosing action over fear, finally. It's like standing up for what we believe in and rooting for each other and caring for other people is suddenly way more important than any fear or judgment that we might have had before. And I personally am feeling really grateful for that. What about you?
Yeah, just the whole chain of events that's been happening around me and in the country, sure, it's shaking us up, but I think the shaking up that's happening is a call to action. And it's really allowing us to think about, what is important to us, what is important to our communities, what is important to the country. And with that shaking up energy, I feel, it's allowing our voices to really be heard and, elevated in a way where it is bringing people together, and then people are taking action and also really tuning into what is important to them also. So I think it's amazing. I mean, we could only hope for the best, and, seems like there's still a little bit of, fighting is going on, but I'm hoping that this fight turns into a fight of love, and it comes to a place where people can put down their walls and connect with each other. So
Totally.
yeah,
Yeah.
what's
And
inspiring
I
you?
feel like, I mean, well, with me, I feel like that the way I've been working with my clients recently is really helping them to be seen and helping them to overcome that fear. So I'm honestly just thrilled that not what has brought it about, but that people are ready to share their message and to get seen and to we're in a really amazing community that's really a lot of light workers and healers and change makers and leaders. And to be witnessing those people just fearlessly ready to jump out in the world and do their work has been like hugely inspiring. And I know that your work is also broadcast interrupted. I'm not sure we're still live, but just in case we are, that your work is about that too, is about bringing people together for, that information to be spread and for communities to get built and for people to really find their tribes. And, I love that we're having this conversation right now, because in a way we do the same thing from different angles. And yeah, it's just so important for us to really gather right now, to get together, to get immersed in community and get involved in what we care about, and to do that without worrying about who's going to know who's going to know. I don't know. I feel like for me, that's really what held me back for a long time, was a fear of judgment or a fear of I'm not good enough to chase after my dreams, or I'm not worthy or deserving. And the truth is we are all worthy and deserving, and it just takes action. So find the people who believe in you enough to root for you and
Mm-hmm.
surround yourself with them.
Yeah,
But yeah,
that's amazing that you said that, because I feel that our gifts and our creative genius really take off when we're around people, who do support you and what you're doing. I think that's just like a catalyst for change. And if we're around other like-minded people, then I think our work is going to be making a bigger impact, especially if you're around people who have the same common vision and mission, right? And then like you could all come together and everyone has different skills and gifts, and how much more powerful can we, change our communities in the world? Like, like, for instance, I have certain skills, but I don't have skills like, say, like a carpenter, right? It's like, can we all come together with the same, love by using our skills and really elevating our lives? So, yeah, I think that's awesome.
totally.
Yeah.
What would be some of the things, I mean, just in case any of our ideal clients happen to be watching this, what would be some of the things that you would tell someone in order to help them to gather their tribes and to get people, showing up and building community together?
Ooh, that's a really good question. I think for me, if say if you're having a vision to start a tribe or a community, I think it's to really sit down and get clear on, what is your mission? Like, what is the mission that you want to do in the world? What do you want to heal? What do you really feel called to? Getting really clear with that. And like for me, one of my missions is to, allow people's differences to be heard and seen in a way that transforms themselves and the community around them. So it's like, what is your mission? And then like start talking about it with other people. And do they align with that? Do they want to participate in that mission? Do they want to also elevate it so that way they're not the only ones doing it? And if they connect with you in conversation, like, hey, let's start a movement. What can you do? What are your skills? Let's continue talking about this with other friends. And the more that you keep talking about it, more people will be added to your tribe. So it's not just you that's sharing the voice of this mission. Like, doing this work alone is hard. It takes a lot of energy. But like, if you have more people in your tribe that's like talking about the mission and the vision, how much more powerful will it be? It will just keep spreading. And I think the key thing is starting the conversation. A lot of people will just sit at home, or they'll try to make Facebook posts, which is great. But I think just to start is actually having direct conversations with people, because you're connecting heart to heart. And you can really feel the energy with people when you are connected in the same common vision. So starting
Yeah.
the conversation, I would say, is the first key thing, especially if you're just starting out.
Yeah. Really connecting with people is what it comes down to.
Really
Which
connect.
I remember a long time ago when somebody asked you what the secret to filling your events was, that it was that you actually call people up on the phone, which shakes them out of that, I'm just on Facebook and in text land, and is a real invitation. It's a real calling forth when you actually speak to someone about what you care about and invite them into caring about it too.
Right.
So that's huge.
Yeah, I think the one big missing piece in the world, or at least here in our country, is this feeling of separation and people who may be feeling alone. And I believe that, we can create that connection again and that trust again when we continue to have more conversations with people. I mean, we live in a digital world, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's kind of interesting because the digital world does help us stay connected, and we get to connect with other parts of the world through news and chat and all that. But we lose a level of like really deep connected heart to heart connection. So I think it's a dance of balancing the two. So
Yeah.
like
And I
you.
think on some level, yeah, it takes sort of getting over ourselves to go back into that world, that natural world of actually connecting and conversing with people, that it's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to connect and to acknowledge other people when you see someone who's awesome, or when you see someone who's fighting for what you believe in too, to, really reach out and see how you can be a part of it, or how you can collaborate or communicate or connect on a more real level, because that's just going to breed more of that in the world.
Yeah, totally. And I mean, I think having that reach of audience to connect with people and your mission is important. You start, in a heart-based connection, and then you start using, other tools that you may have to reach a broader audience and build that visibility, which, online is a big way to do it. It really is. I mean, like, I've seen so much news and have gotten a lot of outreach just through social media, because I mean, it's very versatile. Like, I would not know about Standing Rock if it wasn't for social media, right?
Yeah.
So, and I know that you are doing a lot of work. You're getting a lot of people reaching out to you to get help around this area. So, I mean, that's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think it's scary for people to, do a Facebook Live or put what their heart really believes in out in the world for it to be liked or not liked, or comment upon or not. But it is so important for those of us who do believe, we're here for a reason. We're here to help people, for us to stop being scared and just get seen and get the word out. That's something we just have to figure out how to do. And there's easy ways to do it. There's so much technology to support us in making it not a huge thing on the list to do. Like Hootsuite lets you schedule posts out for, months in advance if you want to.
Mm-hmm.
Live streaming really allows you to be as human as you are, as like
That's true.
messy and sloppy as you can be, and still be received by people who feel like watching you. Like we have, I don't know if this is really working, but we have 2 viewers right now, and great. If people are watching us, hi, we love you.
I
And,
think it's
you know,
interrupted, but that's okay. We'll send out the video to everyone later.
yeah, it'll go out again later. But the point is, we have all the technology we need to really make
Mm-hmm.
an impact. And sometimes
Mm.
that's putting a video online, and sometimes that's hosting a meetup and, calling people on the phone to get them to show up. But that you have the conversation started and that you're willing to connect in whatever way you can. That's really where we're going to be able to change the world, because we're going to gather and we're going to, get focused and get connected and get active, get
Yeah.
change made.
Change is being made. Yeah, most definitely. And then what do you enjoy the most about being able to connect through like this digital framework? You mentioned a
I
lot
just love
already.
seeing people. What?
I think you mentioned a lot already, but I was just wondering, yeah, like, yeah, what do you enjoy the most out of all of it?
I personally, I love like dorking out on systems and knowing how things work and how online funnels can really operate and how they sort of seamlessly bring people on a journey with you. But more than anything, I like watching transformation and watching people who have never done a video do one and shift into this next level of who they're going to be as someone who's seen and heard and recognized, and that transformation that also comes when someone decides to become a client and you get to watch them, change their lives and transform into the next person that they're supposed to be. Helping leaders get people on board who are searching for that transformation is
Yeah.
such a satisfying like ripple effect to watch. um, but yeah, I've been feeling just so much gratitude. I know the events that are happening at Standing Rock and a lot of stuff that's going on in the country is really not okay, but I've been trying as hard as I can to focus on gratitude, even though Thanksgiving is a holiday that I don't agree with how it started.
Right.
That it is nice to have a day where everyone is focused on gratitude. And I personally have used a daily gratitude practice of literally just making a list of 10 things or however many I can come up with at
Mm-hmm.
a time that I'm grateful for. Has pulled me out of some dark places in my life and has really transformed my energetic like beingness at different points in my life. So if there's one thing I could impart on whoever ends up watching this video, it would be, don't just let it be one day a year that you're grateful for stuff. Like try
Right.
to bring that practice into every day of your life, because it really can change you. It can really alter how you perceive the world around you for the better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's amazing that you gave that reminder because I know sometimes for myself, I can go into a tunnel of feeling sorry for myself sometimes. It's hard, It's like we weren't raised or brought up to be in gratitude. At least I wasn't. And I think that when you really sit with that gratitude, especially, tapping into the heart, what you're grateful for, it really changes your state of being, your state of mind. And because of that, I know that when my state of mind is in a different place, then everything around me becomes like really magical and powerful, and I can relax. I'm not as stressed out. But when we're just kind of like, upset and whatever it is, it's like our bodies don't feel good. And I can't, for me as an entrepreneur, I can't continue working that way. Like it just is not productive. And because I have a big vision and gifts to share in the world, I need to make sure that my state of being is consistent always. And I think, yeah, you're right. It's like the gratitude is huge. And if we can feel it in our bodies, someone else can feel it next to you. So it's just like this ripple
Mm-hmm.
effect.
Totally. Yeah, definitely. Whatever's going on with you is definitely impacting everything around you. And I've just been present to that a lot recently. When my mood drops, like I can see it affecting people around me. or
Right.
they come up and say, what's up with you? Like, I can feel it. And it's true. Everything around us, every person around us has a frequency that's, you know, touching ours and impacting ours. And so that's something to be conscious of as we move through our lives. How are we being, and how do we want to be? And how is
Absolutely.
that going to be positive change? Totally.
Yeah, I
Awesome.
mean, I believe in that ripple effect. Even if it is like in person or online, it's just like, how can we stay in that state of being of gratitude? Even if I'm not connecting with people, like I feel like if in private, if I'm not in a state of gratitude, then I'm not being congruent in my whole entire life. Like I don't just want to be in a state of gratitude when I'm in front of people, but I feel like I should be in a state of gratitude when I'm in private as well. So it becomes like a
Definitely.
whole lifestyle change that I can continue to reverberate out into the community. So yeah, so thank you for mentioning the gratitude part, because I mean I think it's huge. And
Totally.
how do we stay
I agree.
and how do we stay in gratitude when all this stuff is happening in the world too? I know it's difficult, but
Yeah, we focus on the little details. We focus on the few things that are going right. And that's a huge perspective shift in itself, I think, is not just focusing on everything that's going wrong, but looking at, I have clean water right now. I'm
yeah,
drinking clean water. That's one that's on my list almost all the time, that there's literally clean water coming out of the tap right now at my house, and I can drink it and it's not going to hurt me.
that's so
That's a
true.
simple thing that you can be grateful for. Like, I woke up breathing. I have another day on this earth to be whoever I want to be. Awesome.
Yay.
And one of the things we talked about being grateful for before we started the stream was the laptop lifestyle, getting to literally design our
Mm,
lives from the ground up, that freedom. Not everybody has that. Most people don't. And that is something I'm truly grateful for, that I'm in charge. I'm the boss of my life, and I get to decide how it's going to go. And if I want to work from Mexico for 10 days,
that's
then that's
awesome.
what I'm going to do. So that's something to be grateful for too.
Yeah, how did you get to this, laptop lifestyle to be flexible where you are in your life right now? Like how did this all start, or what shifted for you? Like what was your big, I guess, moment?
Definitely, it was about a year ago when I started realizing that I didn't want to be seeing clients in person anymore, and I wanted to sort of shift out of having an office, because
Mm,
I knew that before I started my business, I spent a lot of years sort of traveling and being a gypsy.
mm,
And that lifestyle, if I were able to have a regular income, I could have done that forever. I mean, it really does feed me to be in awesome places and not doing winter. So
yeah.
I saw an opportunity by taking my business online and making it more remote, um, or able to be remote work, that freedom would come back. And so I've been sort of shifting into it. And also trying to master what I'm doing so that I can help people in a bigger way. And as I've done that, it's a process and it unfolds at its own pace. But um, yeah, I have clients now and I get to see them from wherever I am. And it's really awesome
That's so
because I,
cool.
I just need Wi Fi to be able to work. So it's really good.
Yeah, that's amazing. I mean, when it comes down to it, it's kind of similar to what I was saying before. If someone wants to start a tribe, it's like getting clear, I guess, on what you want, or what your mission is to be. So it sounds like what you got clear was, you want to be able to have the flexibility. And then
Yeah.
like, oh, what can I do?
And make a difference without having to be one place. Yeah.
Right. So like you designed your life and your work to also fit your lifestyle, but still make an impact for people.
Yeah. And piece by piece. And it definitely just starts with that intention of what might it look like and how can I start taking tiny steps in that direction.
Ooh, that's awesome. Yeah, I just realized too, good reminder. I mean, I've been traveling around and driving back and forth from the valley to the bay, and then like up in Portland and then Santa Rosa. So
Yeah.
I was like, hey, wait a minute. I would not have been able to do this a year ago. But look,
You're totally doing it too.
we're
Yeah.
doing it. This is the laptop lifestyle, but still making an impact.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
totally. Awesome.
Cool.
Well, I'm glad we did this, Cindy.
Yeah,
I
I'm
think you're
glad we
doing
did
great.
this too. This is awesome.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I think technology is a new thing for all of us to learn. I think that as we continue to master it, we'll get our work out more into the world. And then just to leave people with some inspired action, what would you like to have people take action in today?
Yeah. I mean, what just came out accidentally, one small step a day. Once you have your intention, or like you said, your mission, that some idea of what you want or what kind of impact you want to make, just one tiny step a day, eventually you'll get there. In Thrive Academy, which we're both a part of, they call it being on the train. It doesn't matter if you're running the opposite direction. As long as you don't get off the train, you're going to end up where you're going.
So
And
true.
that's what that one tiny step a day is that commitment to that intention, whatever it was.
That's so true. Yeah, I just gotta stay
What
on.
about you?
For me, yeah, I know it is the end of the year, and this is kind of like a time when people want to reflect on the past year and into the next year, and then there's a lot of like shaking up that's happening. Yeah, I think taking action on what is really meaningful to you, and what is it that you want to inspire in the world and in your own life, and just getting really clear with that, and then I would say just starting the conversation. Since I did talk about it earlier, I might as well mention it again. But yeah, if this something in your life that's not in alignment, or you're not happy about, or you're feeling inspired in some way, start talking about it, and then just receive the feedback that you're getting, and then you can
Mm-hmm.
go from there. You can whoa car but yeah, that can no this can start into like a passion project. It can start into a business. You can start a club, like just doing that one, like it's one small step, the one conversation could just like make a huge, huge, huge impact or transformation for you and the rest of the world.
Mm-hmm. Totally. Awesome.
Cool. Well, let's see, I guess we're done for now.
If we're even still alive,
I
but
don't
yeah.
know. Yeah, I have no idea. But if we have this recorded and I will send it out. There'll definitely be another FB Live, so everyone keep your eyes out for that.
Right on.
This is Molly
All
Mandelberg.
right.
I'm Cindy Mannett, and I guess we're signing out. If y'all have any questions or comments, you want to connect with us, feel free to message us through Facebook, or my email is cindy@cindymannett.com, and Molly's is
Yeah, Molly at wildheartsriseup.com.
nice. Awesome. Well, thanks, Molly. It's great to connect with you and to learn about you more. And yeah, I'm inspired about what you're doing. And wow, more Mexico trips, hopefully.
Yes, hopefully. Awesome. Thanks,
All right.
Cindy.
I'll talk to you soon. Bye.